Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for attending the 2026 National Cherry Blossom Press Conference. We invite each and every one of you to find your bloom and to find your seat as the press conference will begin shortly. And under 10 randomly selected seats, you will find a winning card for a beautiful prize. So find your bloom and find your seat. We will be beginning shortly. Thank you. Once again, thank you for attending the 2026 National Cherry Blossom Press Conference. We ask that you please take your seats. We will begin momentarily. Ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention, please? You are about to witness one of our nation's most beloved spring traditions, the official announcement of the peak bloom dates for the cherry blossoms. Please welcome to the stage, Shelley D'Amelio, General Manager of the Mayflower Hotel Autograph Collection.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I am Shelley D'Amelio, the proud General Manager of the beautiful Mayflower Hotel Autograph Collection. And on behalf of Marriott Bonvoy's hotels in Greater Washington, D.C. area and the Mayflower, welcome to this wonderful event. It's great to have everyone gathered in this historic grand ballroom as we celebrate the National Cherry Blossom Festival. Having this event here is extraordinary. Since 1948, the hotel has been host to the cherry blossom queen coronations and traditions in this very grand ballroom. We are honored that Marriott Bonvoy will be celebrating the arrival of spring as the preferred hotel provider, the host sponsor and parade sponsor for the 2026 Cherry Blossom Festival. As the city welcomes visitors from around the world to celebrate our most iconic spring tradition, we will offer exclusive one-of-a-kind packages. Here at the Mayflower, we have Blossoms and Bubbles and cherry blossom-inspired culinary experiences designed to bring the beauty and the spirit of this festival to life. As we look ahead to another unforgettable season under the blossoms, we are proud to continue a legacy of hospitality and celebration that is so deeply rooted in the city and in the Mayflower Hotel. Thank you for being with us today and for helping bring the magic of the National Cherry Blossom Festival to life. It is now my pleasure to welcome our next speaker, David Moran, Area Director of Operations for Clyde's Restaurant Group and Board Chair of the National Cherry Blossom Festival. David.
Thank you, Shelley. Blossom and bubbles, huh? Sounds good. And besides Shelley, thank you to the Mayflower Hotel and Marriott Bonvoy for being such wonderful hosts for this press conference. It's always special to gather in a setting whose history in Washington, D.C. matches the festival's own. We are delighted to establish the partnership with Marriott Bonvoy as the preferred hotel provider of the festival. Welcome and thank you to today's speakers, Kim Bassett, Secretary of State of the District of Columbia, Minister Odaya of the Embassy of Japan, and Dr. Kevin Grease, Superintendent of the National Park Service. It is my pleasure to be part of this highly anticipated announcement this morning. Every spring, the National Cherry Blossom Festival does more than welcome a new season. It brings a renewed sense of joy and vitality to our entire region. I see firsthand the celebration energizes the Washington metropolitan area, filling our restaurants, hotels, cultural spaces, and neighborhoods with visitors and residents who want to find their bloom. This year's theme, Find Your Bloom, beautifully captures what the festival represents, a moment for each of us and our city to shine, grow, and connect. Whether you're discovering the festival for the first time or returning every year as part of your own spring tradition, there is something here that helps each of us bloom in our own way. I am deeply grateful for the remarkable team that makes this festival possible. Our dedicated staff, my fellow board members, our partners, more than 30 participating organizations, and more than 1,000 volunteers whose passion fuels every moment of this celebration. I also want to thank our key collaborators, the National Park Service, the Embassy of Japan, the Japan Foundation, and the government of the District of Columbia. Their stewardship, expertise, and friendship sustain the legacy and cultural importance of the festival. We extend our heartfelt appreciation to our Leadership Circle sponsors, Events DC and ANA All Nippon Airways. We're also excited to welcome M&T Bank, the Daughters of the American Revolution, and Marriott Bonvoy as the new host sponsors this year. Thank you for joining the festival family and for your commitment to our community. Thank you to all our host sponsors, which include our returning host sponsors, Amazon, the Daiichi Sankyo, the Downtown DC Bid, and Union Station, Washington, DC. We appreciate your elevating the festival experience and helping welcome visitors from all around the world. To all our sponsors and supporters, your investment makes the festival stronger each year. Your partnership has fueled its growth into one of the world's greatest celebrations of spring and one of the most joyful expressions of community you'll find anywhere. Before we continue, I have the privilege of introducing this year's 2026 National Cherry Blossom Festival Goodwill Ambassadors, who will help carry the spirit of the festival throughout the region. Yeah. I'm going to ask to stand when I call their name. Please join me in welcoming Abdullah Abdulaziz of Howard University, Lucy Knufflemacher from American University and Ritsumeikan University, Lily Wynn from Georgetown University, Adina Marie Norwood from Georgetown University, Natsuki Takizawa from McDaniel College. Thank you. These young adults, as well as two others, Tomohiro Nozaki from Georgetown University and Wiwin Suryani from St. Olaf College, have been selected to serve as cultural liaisons and represent the festival at official events. They currently study or have studied the Japanese language and culture, and their role during the festival is to engage with our visitors and our youth outreach programs. Thank you all for representing the festival and helping each other find their bloom this spring. As we look forward to an unforgettable festival season, it is now my honor to introduce a leader whose dedication to our city and its residents strengthen the impact of the festival each year. Please join me in welcoming Diana Mayhew, President and CEO of the National Cherry Blossom Festival.
I love my walk-up music. Thank you. David, thank you so much for being here today and also for your time and energy and dedication to the National Cherry Blossom Festival for these past 4 years. Let's give him a big hand. Thank you. I'm excited to be here in the Mayflower Hotel. I love this hotel. It brings back so many memories. Personally, as far as we had a pink tie party here several years ago, so very, very excited. And what better place to kick off this new springtime season? Spring is only 15 days away, if you believe it or not. Yay, yay. To follow tradition, the 2026 National Cherry Blossom Festival will begin on the first day of spring, March 20th, and it will continue through April 12th. We invite residents and visitors to find your bloom, experiencing the playful and energizing 4-week festival, taking the celebration of the bloom beyond the tidal basin to the downtown through all 8 wards and around the region. Thank you to Leadership Circle sponsor Events DC, who helps us always engage the community. This year, engaging DC students once again with our Blossom Kicks for Kids program, which is an art program, and as well as senior residents through the annual Blossom Tea Party held at the Convention Center. Today, we're excited to share new features of this year's festival. The welcome area of the tidal basin, hosted with the National Park Service, has a new name and a new energy, Bloomfest at the tidal basin. Bloomfest also has a new location, now held at the south lawn of the Jefferson Memorial. With 16 days of programming on ANA's stage, National Park Service ranger activities, a beer garden, food, fun, and 2026 festival official merchandise, it's a great place to find your bloom. Thanks to Amazon, the Student Art Showcase murals created by students of DC schools, all 8 wards, will proudly be displayed at Bloomfest for hundreds of thousands of visitors to see. Coming up next Friday, wear your springtime and pink finest at DC's event of the spring season, the annual Pink Tie Party, presented by Union Station, Washington, D.C., and Design Cuisine. The Pink Tie Party is an immersive experience celebrating spring and the art of fashion, food, and fun. Limited tickets are still available, so you have a few more days to go to nationalcherryblossomfestival.org. Proceeds from this event helps us keep our events and programs free and accessible. Each year, the opening ceremony, presented with the Japan Foundation, features a one-night-only showcase of Japanese world-class talent to honor the enduring friendship between the U.S. and Japan, as well as honor that anniversary of the gift of trees. To enable us increase our capacity of the audience, the opening ceremony has moved to DAR Constitution Hall. You must reserve in advance to get your seats, so please do that as soon as possible if you're interested in attending. I would like to pause for a moment to recognize the Daughters of the American Revolution, a nonprofit women's service organization that is committed to promoting historic preservation, education, and patriotism, and who has become a host sponsor of the 2026 National Cherry Blossom Festival. Supporting the festival is a celebration of DAR's transformative America 250 gift to the nation of $2 million to the Trust for the National Mall's Cherry Tree Endowment. Let's give them a big hand. The National Cherry Blossom Festival supports the fundraising efforts for the Trust for the National Mall's Cherry Tree Endowment, and we ask that every resident and visitor who has ever enjoyed the beauty of these trees in some way, whether it's walking or jogging around the tidal basin, taking beautiful photographs, or celebrating a special occasion, we ask you to make a small contribution to continue the care and maintenance to preserve these trees for generations to come. We thank the National Park Service for their extraordinary care of those cherry trees and for ensuring that they remain healthy and vibrant. We look forward to hearing from Superintendent Grease shortly about this year's peak bloom prediction, always one of the most anticipated moments as we lead up to spring. The Blossom Kite Festival, presented by Amazon, will return to the Washington Monument and beyond. It has grown so much, and we just welcome people to come fly kites and lots of family fun. The annual adult kite competition will honor America's 250 celebration with the theme Red, White, and Bloom. We welcome to the festival's family M&T Bank, who is the presenting sponsor of Petapalooza, a springtime extravaganza held on April 4th. Once again, this event will feature 5 amazing zones at the Navy Yard filled with entertainment, art, hands-on activities, music, and fireworks. And we're thrilled to debut a reimagined Cherry Blast. This day will give a new meaning to a doubleheader with presenting in the Navy Yard, Pedalpalooza, and the Nationals Blossoms and baseball game. As the National Cherry Blossom Festival presented by Events DC marches down Constitution Avenue, new giant helium balloons will debut, along with 11 high school marching bands from DC and around the country, stunning floats, and an all-star lineup of talent that you'll shortly hear a little bit more about. Following the parade, you can enjoy Japan American Society's Sakura Matsuri Japanese Street Festival, which will also continue on Sunday of that finale weekend. The 2026 festival brings together timeless favorites and brand new attractions, all rooted in community partnerships and collaborations. Here's a preview of the ways you can find your bloom this season. hope you're as excited as we are as we kick off the season. And at this time, I really like our staff members who really work super hard all year round to make this happen. Please stand, raise your hands. Led by our Vice President, Lillian Iverson, who I don't even know if she's in here. She's doing something someplace. She always is. But there's so much. I would like to sit up here and tell you, I know that you don't really care about Kevin coming up and talking about prediction and really want to hear all the details of the festival. But take a look, go to nationalcherryblossom.org. One thing that is coming up right around the corner also, as the second year, is Guest Services Stumpy Paddle Boat Race. That's on March 19th. Sign up, and we'll have some great races. Will be some great competition out there. But again, go nationalcherryblossom.org or the Washington Post. Pick up a Washington Post next week on March 12th, and you will get more details of the festival for things like transportation options from Metro to Spot Hero for advanced parking to city cruises, water taxis, e-bikes, and scooters provided by Lime. There's lots of ways to get around. We encourage you to plan a staycation with Marriott Bonvoy and just really, really enjoy the spirit of the season and the renewal and the hope and the whatever happens in this world, we still have this beautiful spring season. So please join us. The Embassy of Japan has been a longtime partner of the National Cherry Blossom Festival, supporting our mission and honoring our history. It is now my great pleasure to introduce to you Masa Odaira, Minister of Public Affairs from the Embassy of Japan.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's truly a pleasure to be here today. I think this is my very first cherry blossom season in Washington, D.C. since I arrived here last September. So, thank you. Thank you for your welcome. And I'm so impressed by this atmosphere. I should have some cocktail in such a beautiful morning, actually. And I think I might be the only person who have never seen the cherry blossoms in Tidal Basin before. So, and also I'm the one who is the most impatient for peak blooms. And first, I'd like to express my sincere appreciation to everyone who make this beautiful celebration possible each year. David, Diana, and Lillian, the wonderful team of the National Cherry Blossom Festivals, and Mayor Bauer, Secretary Bassett, and the DC government, and Kevin and Mike, the great folks of National Park Services, and Sherry, Mary Flowers Hotels, and all the partners, sponsors, and volunteers. The blossoms bloom because of nature, but this festival blooms because of you. In 1912, Japan presented over 3,000 cherry trees to Washington, D.C. For more than a century, those blossoms have stood here as a symbol of friendship between Japan and the United States. And at the same time, thanks to the care and affection of the people of Washington, D.C., they also become a platform that brings people together, a place where families gather, friends reconnect, and take photos and create beautiful memories, and simply being together, enjoying being together side by side, no matter who they are. Under these trees, you feel a quiet sense of connection to the people around you, and perhaps in a small way, to Japan as well. And as we Japanese people can also stand here and feel connection to America. In that way, the blossoms quietly bring people closer together. This year marks the 250th anniversary of American independence, and Japan will present 250 new cherry trees in celebration. Thank you very much. These trees will bloom for many years to come. Our friendship continues, and it continues with the next generations. And our embassy has also launched a program inviting children in Japan and the United States to create 250 cherry blossom drawing and haiku. The children in Japan will draw while thinking about America. And the children in America we draw while thinking about Japan. We hope that in some small way, this may help nurture a sense of connection in their hearts. Friendship grows through real connections between people over time, and Japan-US relationship has been strengthened by those people-to-people ties. And now our Prime Minister will be visiting Washington soon, hopefully, and we are quietly keeping our fingers crossed that the blossoms will be in full bloom during her visit. We'll find out a few moments. I wish you all a wonderful season that celebrates not only the beauty of spring, but also the enduring strength of the ties that bind our two peoples together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister. Each year, we just launched the Your Journey to Japan Starts Here sweepstakes for a chance for someone to win 2 airline tickets to Tokyo aboard ANA. So check out our website. The government of the District of Columbia's support and engagement is critical as we carry on our mission of the National Cherry Blossom Festival, positioning, as David said, Washington, D.C. is one of the world's greatest celebrations of spring and generating more than $200 million in visitor spending. Please join me in welcoming the Secretary of the District of Columbia, our good friend, Ms. Kimberly Bassett, and also a member of the Board of Directors.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for the warm welcome, Diana. On behalf of Mayor Muriel Bowser, I'm happy to welcome our residents and visitors to Washington, D.C. as we celebrate the 2026 National Cherry Blossom Festival. Yes, I love the enthusiasm. Keep coming. Each year, as we anticipate the blooming of our cherry blossom trees, we're reminded of a truly special gift of cherry blossom trees from the mayor of Tokyo more than 114 years ago. That act of friendship continues to define this festival and the relationship between Japan and Washington, D.C. We're deeply grateful to Japan for commemorating the America 250 with the generous gift of 250 new cherry blossom trees. Yes. These blossoms represent renewal and resilience, but they also represent something personal. And this is why this year we invite everyone to find your bloom. Spring in DC is yours to discover. Your joy, your traditions, your bloom, from the food and the music and the art, find the bloom that brings you and brings spring into your life. Every bloom is unique, and so is every memory you'll make. The festival's not just a one-size-fits-all, as you can see from all the events. It's a collection of experiences all across DC and the region. With more than 1.6 million attendees each year, the festival will continue to support vibrant programming across the district. And beyond the beauty and the celebration, it has a major impact on our city. Each year, the festival generates between $150 and $200 million in economic activity. Hotels reach near capacities, restaurants and local businesses have significant growth, and our small businesses experience one of their biggest seasons of the year. Even our public transportation system sees an increase in ridership as people from around the world come together and experience spring in DC. There is truly something for everyone, and we invite residents and visitors alike to discover their joy and make lasting memories and find their bloom. At this point, I'm going to plug another Cherry Blossom event on March 29th. We will have Picnic. I think this is our third year of Picnic. It's a community event in Ward 8 at Oxen Run Park. Oxen Run Park has the second largest numbers of cherry blossom trees in the city, and it's sponsored by MMT Bank. And we just ask you to please come and enjoy and bring your families. It's going to be a great time. I'd also like to thank my staff. Over the years, I've been at every cherry blossom event, and it's because of them that I've had the freedom to come and talk about this amazing event. So thank you to my team who's here. And thank you. I'd also like to thank Diana and her amazing cherry blossom team. They're small but mighty, and I like all the work that they do to bring this celebration to life. And I also want to thank the National Park Service for bringing us and being such good stewards of our treasure spaces. And a very special thank you to Japan and Ambassador Yamata, who's not here today, but for their enduring friendship and partnership. So everybody enjoy. Continue to find your bloom for another 250 years. And thank you, and I have to say it before I leave, we are DC, and we found our bloom. Thank you so much.
Now for the moment you're all been waiting for. It is my very, very great pleasure to introduce to you today Superintendent Kevin Grease.
All right, first of all, a little disclaimer. I was given 30 minutes to speak here. So I was told I could shorten it, and we're going to get to the peak bloom the faster. I have a little app here that measures the level of sound levels of laughter and applause that speeds up the announcement. So by all means. Okay, well, never mind. There we go. All right. First of all, thank you to the whole team, Diana, for leading this for so many years and everybody participating. It's amazing. This is my second year, and it's been a fun year, so I can't wait for this. I'm very honored to join in celebrating what is Washington's, I have most beloved, fanatical traditions, the cherry blossom season and festival. The blossoms represent resilience, renewal, and an enduring U.S.-Japan friendship. Thank you. This year is especially important because it's our 250th birthday, which is fantastic. And in that context, the cherry blossoms represent a reminder of American stewardship, a symbol of international respect between countries, and a connection to our national history. Visitors, I encourage all residents and visitors to engage with us at the Cherry Blossom Festival at the Tidal Basin, or online through the Bloom Cam if you can't make it, or both. You can't get too much bloom, so do both. I'm all good. I know we'll be enjoying it. I want to let you know, I want to take a moment right now to just recognize the National Park Service and the National Malls team, which I have members of in the back, work tirelessly. Yes. All right, they paid me off for that. So a big thanks to the team, because I get the privilege of seeing them every day, taking care of them, trimming them during the year, watching them, and then when we get to this time of year, like watching them, like significantly watching them to do a peak bloom, which I heard is important. peak bloom forecast. As an example, this year we're putting 400 new trees onto the mall in the tidal basin, 250 from Japan, and the rest were paid for by the Great American Outdoors Act. 400 new trees. And for those of you who've been around for a while, let me mention a certain name that may send either shivers or joy. Stumpy. Depends where you're at. But Stumpy, I don't know if you know this or not, but we lost Stumpy a couple years ago, but we took grafts off Stumpy, and now Stumpy has descendants. Yes. The National Arboretum has nurtured those descendants, and when they're ready, we feel this year, we'll be planting them back out at the tidal basin. And speaking of the tidal basin, another victory for this year that celebrates this year is also the tidal basin is complete. Not fully, but the project that was started 2 years ago is complete, on time, actually early, and under budget. Right? So it must be the magic of the cherry blossoms. Unfortunately, because it's not yet ready, that will create a little access during the festival. So I just ask everyone to respect our areas that we block off so that the trees that we are planting get a chance to grow and thrive. Don't hang on them. Don't take one home, for a memento, please. The new seawall, we'll have a ceremonial opening of the new seawall and walkways after the festival. We weren't able to do that before the festival. Now, what's on people's minds is as we go to a festival, we may have safety and security on our mind right now currently. So I want to let you know that our team at the Park Service has been building up and getting over it, and I feel very safe and secure. They've done a lot of enhancements. They've upgraded their force, improved their force, improved their modern equipment. Their whole goal, I talk to them every day, their whole goal is the safety and security of all visitors to the mall in Tidal Basin. They'll be out and about, and they'll be taking care of us as we enjoy the festival. Now, something about peak bloom. I'm supposed to remind you that peak bloom depends on the weather. That may be a surprise to some, not to others. But our team, our horticulturists, are monitoring the conditions and will provide timely updates. And a reminder that what we're going to share today is the window that peak bloom will occur. It won't be the time, moment, and date. If you wanted that, you came to the wrong meeting. Sorry. We're going to give you a window. And with favorable weather conditions, which I don't know who to ask to make sure, but we have hope for that this year, 10 plus days of blooms, hopefully. We're looking forward to that. If you want to find out more minute by minute, please go to nps.gov/cherry for real-time NPS updates. Now perhaps the moment you've been waiting for. Or maybe not. So, applause, laughter, speeds it up. Not heckling. Okay, so, first of all, I want to do two things, right? There's two things. We're here for the peak bloom, but we're also here to say, done with winter, right? Done with Snowcrete. Done with scooping my driveway for 9 hours. Done with getting stuck in the road, leaving my driveway because they piled it up and I couldn't get out. So, the winter was so cold this year that this is my second year in D.C., and before I came here, the recruiting poster was, it doesn't get that cold in D.C. Thanks. So, they're right, it doesn't get that cold, but it gets really icy, obviously. So, it was so cold that even our arborists started checking themselves for their own frost damage, and I had to start doing a peak bloom forecast for them. So we're making some progress with them. And then we notified Stumpy's descendants that we're going to plant them out this year, and they immediately applied for a transfer to Death Valley. So they were like, we're not doing the cold anymore. So I just let you know. But let me focus here. Let me get to peak bloom, right? So this ice sculpture is very symbolic, and I appreciate the symbolism of it because I'm going to really get into this. So Snowcrete, the winter, our bloom erupting from it into the spring, Snowcrete and when in winter erupting to our peak bloom. That's what this symbolizes. So, what I'm supposed to do here is they gave me this thing. The peak bloom dates are inside that bloom. And just like my driveway, I have to get through this ice to get to the bloom dates. And they gave me this. So I'm a big guy, I got it. But I said, no, we're not doing that. I got this. Now, I was going to destroy this, but they said, watch out for the people, so I'm not going to take you out. So, who would like me to use this one? And who would like me to use this one? All right. That speeds up the peak bloom. So here we go. Let's see if I can do this. I apologize for the carpet person, but Diana said I could do it. Peak balloon dates are March 29th to April 1st. Thank you very much. Oh, way to go. Didn't tell me about the America's Got Talent. I win.
Let's hear for the National Park Service and Superintendent Greaves. Such a great sport. Oh, we forgot to tell you about that. Sorry, Shelley. But anyway, I'm glad that no one got hurt. We moved it. When I came in here, I saw the chairs right here. I said, no, we have to move them. But again, we have a lot of fun. The good news, it's always good news to know when they're blooming. But even better news, Bloom Fest will now be the date. This is the only thing that we haven't scheduled the date for. We always wait until we hear the blooming prediction. So Bloom Fest will be March 27th through April 11th. So which means it's going to coincide with our parade and the finale weekend as well. So all good news. So we won't keep you. Thank you again to the Mayflower, Shelley, for having us here. It's just been such a pleasure. And for Marriott Bonvoy for hosting us this morning. Thank you to the entire festival team. All of you, again, echoing what Minister O'Dara said, that you are the ones to make this happen for us. And thank you to our Goodwill ambassadors who are above there. And also thank you to our official media communications partner, Link Strategic Partners. If you have questions, you need things, you know they're our go-to, and we'll get it done. So here we go. Looking forward to see you in the next few weeks. Thank you so much.